Good afternoon, this is Jeff with Sewer Tech Northwest. We're at 643 Northeast 7th Street here in McMinnville, located in front of the main house. So here's kind of the front door area. Cleanout sits right over here under a little green valve cover box. 4-inch ABS cleanout's our point of access. We're going to insert the camera and check the overall condition and serviceability of the sanitary sewer line. We have water off here right now, just for the ease of looking at this. Plenty of water's been down it recently. And I just heard the ADU flush their toilet, so we will likely see some water flowing once we get to the Y connection. But I zeroed the foot counter out there at the base of the cleanout. Here's the Y right here. This is where the two lines come together, and then this is where the pipe swaps over to 3034 PVC. Also 4-inch diameter. And then this is going to be either ABS or HDPE. Both are black pipe products with a little bit of grease on the pipe wall. It's a little bit harder to tell. ABS is a shiny black plastic, where HDPE is kind of a dull, doesn't have a sheen to it. Now we're back over to 3034 PVC. And there's the main right there. Just about basically a dead straight shot all the way to the street. And you can eyeball the trajectory of this line pretty nicely with the couple cleanouts you've got here. It zigs and zags just a little bit. Ends up terminating out here on Northeast 7th, all said and done. The trickier part on this one is hunting down the cleanout access for the ADU line. Although if it was installed as nicely as this one, most likely it looks just fine. From the sounds of it, it sounds like at some point recently the ADU line was scoped. So if that video is available, what we may end up doing is we'll do I can always do a narrated review for you and just get that video and overdub my commentary on it, if necessary, if there's much to talk about on there. All that 3034 looks good. That joint there is shifted just slightly. It is so barely out of whack. That's not anything I'm going to go nitpicking there. And I think, from what I can tell here, this secondary cleanout that's out here, I think, actually, may very well be for that branch of pipe for the ADU. Because I'm not seeing a tie-in at the top of the pipe here. Not an obvious one, anyway. So we may have some luck being able to camera from that one. Depends on if it's directional or not. I'm hoping it's a two-way access point and we'll be able to run backwards. Anyway, by and large, overall, line does a pretty darn straight shot out to the street there. I'm going to run backwards here for just a moment. Cast iron pipe going back. Very common thing to see. Especially from this era, cast iron pipe, generally speaking, holds up for quite a long time. Funny enough, the newer the cast iron is, the junkier it is. It's counterintuitive what you think. They outsourced cast iron production sometime around the end of World War II, and once that took place, the metallurgy and the quality of the pipe material went down. The thickness of the pipe walls went down significantly. So there's a little bit of gunk right here in the flow line. My camera's going to bust this junk up. I'm not sure if this particular home here has been lived in a whole bunch recently. So if someone flushes a big giant wad of toilet paper down the line, that stuff can stop up and just hang out there if you don't have constant water flow. Alright, just did a toilet flush there just to help ensure that stuff remained broken apart. It didn't re-solidify. Next, I'm going to rip the camera out of here really quick so that stuff can flow off there. Anyway, thus far, great looking sewer line here. Even the old cast iron pipe's looking pretty nice. There we go. Got that junk loose there. That's what I was trying to do. Still a little bit of water flowing off. Looks like we're getting close to that being done though. It appears you've got some level of standing water in the line. We're gonna wait just a second though. Some of these toilets take a moment to fully drain off. You know, I'm not seeing gargantuan levels of buildup in the line, although we did have that toilet paper hang up in the line there. As we back out here though, we'll see what the depth of that water is. When we run into it, it always exaggerates the heck out of the appearance of it. Joint there is just slightly out of whack, but that joint there all looks like it's intact. They probably, as they put the thing together, just did not butt those ends up perfectly flush. Yeah, this is the amount of standing water that's left over in here is so minor, it's not even going on my report. Most of that was the remnants of the water draining off there. At first, it looked like there might have been a minor belly, but there's essentially nothing left over. Very nicely installed piece of cast iron. That cast iron's held up very nicely. There's almost no rust scale to speak of. The only buildup in the line to even talk about was some toilet paper, which I expect to see in sewer lines generally. So, great looking line end to end. Sewer line's functioning properly at this time. I'm going to go ahead and move over to this other clean out access here, and we'll try and camera back to the ADU.